Hi everyone, welcome back to the channel. Today we're going to make this pink and black skeleton nail art design, ready for Halloween of course. So I decided to do like a pink spin on it. I always see like a black and white strictly spin on it, obviously like the classic colours for this kind of set, but I really wanted to do something a bit more pinky. I don't know, I was just feeling pink. So we've got two different shades of pink. You want a lighter one and a darker one. We then got some black and some white. And then lastly, you want a shade of nude, so I went for Shaka today. And lastly, we also have some gel paints. So it's kind of a vital part of the video today with the nail art design. So we've got black and white. And then we also have some glitter, which I was showing you with the actual cap on top, which is very silly. You'll see in just a moment what it actually looks like. So the packaging honestly did not give it any justice. When it comes to our background colours, you've got two nails that are fully black, and as you can see, I'm working very thin with the black because black is notorious for wrinkling in the lamp like all the time, so make sure you're working very thin and build your colour up rather than going in with a very thick layer, because you're almost guaranteeing yourself a bit of a fail there. And then two nails are the Shaka shade, and then the middle nail is going to be an ombre. So the Shaka shade is quite jelly-like it's quite sheer compared to the pink that I'm using. So I had to take a little bit more time trying to ombre it and get it to the colour I needed it basically. But it did work out in the end. So here it is. And this is the glitter. So it's amazing. It's literally holographic black glitter. It has a rainbow look to it. It's really nice. I love it. I love it, and I get so much use out of it every single Halloween. Like, this kind of glitter just fits everything Halloween time. So now that that's out, we're going to do a X on this nail. So this will be your guide on how to do a circle. If you're pro at circles, then you can absolutely go ahead and just wing this part. I am not. I absolutely hate doing circles. They are always like the worst thing ever. And today in particular, I was actually, for some reason, hungry, even though I just ate breakfast really, but I was hungry. So you noticed that my hand is shaking quite a lot, and I didn't realise I was hungry until I was filming the set, and I was thinking, why am my hand shaking? And then I was like, oh, I think I'm quite hungry right now. And I had quite a lot of caffeine too. I think I had like 2 coffees as well. But that was after my breakfast, so I don't know what's going on with me today, but I was hungry, so I'm so sorry. Footage will be a bit choppy because I was honestly struggling to keep a straight hand. But the other nail was done, and I'm going to do the same idea on the full black nail here. I did the X's a bit not the same, so you want each side to be the same, so I'm just wiping that one because it wasn't the same length. And again, you want to use the X's to guide you to do the circle. So there is our circle. Now on this nail, we're going to work on the skeleton himself. So you want to do a line in the center of that circle going downwards. I did leave a gap, but if you want to connect it to the circle, completely up to you. I went off camera real quick to just fix that thing. And then when we come back, we're going to do an extra line below, but that one you want to actually separate from your original line. And then we're going to do a dotted look. So here is the extra line, and then you can use a dotting tool, but I just used a brush, just did some dashes on that one, and then you're going to pop that into lamp for a cure. Once it comes out, you want to do like a U shape essentially on either side of that main structure of the body. So right now we're going to be working on like the rib cage, and you want to do that. Of course I went off camera again. I'm very sorry. We're gonna stop that in a moment. But I will come back, and then we're just going to finish off the rib cage, which, as you can probably imagine, very simple. It's just a couple of more of these kind of lines, connecting them all together. And if not connecting, it's just going to be to the corner of the nail. And that will be that. Then you want to pop that one into the lamp, and we've almost got our skeleton sorted, or at least the structure of one. In a moment in the video, we're going to finish off the face to really give it that skeleton scary Halloween look. But until then, we're going to go back to the ombre nail, and we're going to finish it up. Now, I know this is part of a movie. I've never watched it, so Halloween isn't quite my full-on cup of tea. I love Christmas. Halloween, not so much. I'm just not into scary, freaky looking things, so I don't really watch or have ever watched any Halloweeny movies really. I think other than Caroline, but as a kid you think it's like a kids movie and it kind of isn't. But yeah, that's basically it. So if this, whatever I'm making right now, has a name, then I'm really sorry, but I don't know what it is. I should probably watch it. I just don't know, I just don't like it. I'll prefer to watch a Christmas movie all over again if I have to, but yeah, Halloween not so much, which is probably also why you won't really find too many like strictly gory, scary, freaky looking designs on my channel. It's just not really a bit of me. So onto those two shaka nails now. We're going to do a line down the center, and then you want to color in either the right or the left hand side. Because we've got two nails, I'm going to switch it up. One side is going to be colored in with the black, let's say the left side, and then on the other nail we're going to do it on the right hand side. And again, remember, work very thin with your black, so this will require maybe a 2 or even a 3 coat depending on your black. I am using the nail one today, and I find that one to be a lot more sheer than the Madame Glam one, for example, if that helps you decide on what kind of black. But really it doesn't matter. I mean, at the end of the day, I still got the final results that I needed with this gel polish, so up to you what you use. And then once we're back, we're just going to finish off our skeleton face. Now, again, because it's such a small little head, I'm working on size 6 nail tips, so quite small. It was so difficult with my shaky hands to get the face sorted, but you want to do these like dashes or like heart, I kind of call them U-shaped lines, I don't know. And then you want to connect them and almost create like a ball on the right and left hand side, if you can see that. And you want to do the same on the other side as well, which I'm going to do now. But oh, honestly, I'm sorry, I'm literally complaining the whole video about it, but I was having the biggest nightmare. The whole time I was filming, I was thinking, no, not on this set. Like, of all sets that I was going to film, I just preferred if it wasn't on this one, because this one really had a lot of very, you know, intricate kind of like, or like fine lines that I needed to do, and I just could not for the life of me. Then we did the nose and then the face as well, and then we're going to do those lines to make the stitch look, and that'll be that. I think off camera I noticed I didn't do the eyebrows, so we're just gonna do that as well quickly off camera. And then onto this half black and shaka nail, the other half that we've got nude, we are going to do a French tip. Now we're going to do a layered French tip. So I'm starting off with the white, I'm doing a smile line, and I'm going to thicken that up. And then you want to do it on both nails. I just show you me doing the one because it's just very repetitive. And obviously my shaky hands, you don't want to be looking at those for any longer. And then you basically want to gradually just increase the darkness of your shade, should we say. So then I'm going in with the lighter shade of pink. After that we'll do another layer below it with the darker shade of pink, and then after that finally you'll see in a moment, it looks quite funny because it looks kind of out of place, but it will come together in a moment. We're going to do some black, so it will kind of look funny because it will blend with that dark side that we did, but after top coating we're going to separate it with some nail art gels in a moment, so don't worry too much about that. But this is now the dark shade of pink that we've picked out, which I'm gonna finish up. And I did have to do 2 layers of this pink. I don't know, it's not really showing too much on camera, but it was actually quite sheer. The lighter pink was very pigmented, which was quite nice. And of course the black in a moment, we did have to do 2 coats as well. The white one, I only had to do the 1 coat because it's the best white on this planet. You never have to do 2 coats. So this is the black. So this is where it starts to look a bit funny. You're thinking probably what is going on. It's kind of blending, and yes, it is, but just for a moment, we're gonna fix it in just a sec. So once it comes out, we're going to matte top coat them. So I'm using my Vanillisa matte top coat today. I'm going to do all 4. Off that, we'll go into the lamp, and then get your nail art gels ready because we've got a little bit of work. So essentially we have 3 nails to do some work on. I feel like you could include a couple more nails, or even the skeleton could have been kind of like glossy looking on top of the matte background. Up to you really how you approach it. But on those smile lines on the white one, or side I guess, you want to outline it with the black and then do some dashes and stitches. So you want to do that on both, of course. And then on the black side, which I think we're going to do next, you're going to want to grab the white gel polish. So here it is, and you want to create an outline where the black and the French tip kind of meet. So you want to go down the center. So this is the bit where we'll separate the black on the other side. And then on that one, we're going to do the spider webs. So I like to do a line in the center and then drag another 2 below and then another 2 above. And then obviously you want to connect it with, again, like U-shaped lines to create the spider web look. which I'll come back on screen to show in very briefly and quickly. So we're going to do that on both nails. Pop in this lamp for a cure. Make sure you're curing it for the right amount of time. These are much pigmented, thicker gel polishes, so they're great for nail art, but I can't even tell you how many times I forgot that they need, you know, a longer cure, and I've touched them after taking them out of the lamp thinking they're done and they were not. So bear that in mind, read the instructions on the packaging and make sure you cure them, because often you end up doing so much work on these and you really don't want to be redoing it again because you wiped it off or anything like that. Then lastly, on the skeleton nail, I just felt like there was something missing, and I just did some stars and dots above him in like a angled way, so it's kind of like slanting a bit to the bottom and kind of going upwards, if that makes sense. And that'll be that when it comes to nail art, gels and all that kind of stuff. And then just to finish the set off on that middle ombre nail, I'm going to do an angled kind of like curling around the image we've created there, crystal placement, and then I will also do some cavities in between. But yeah, like I said, I was having a nightmare today, and I needed to finish that off camera, but you've definitely seen plenty of times how to do cavi beads. It's just in between each crystal I've played some silver cavi beads, and that is literally it. Nothing more, nothing less. That's all we're doing. And the crystals, we are using ABs today, and we're kind of like decreasing in sizes as we go away from the middle. And then off that we'll go for a cure, our very, very final cure, and we will now shoot the final results. We or me? I will shoot the final results. So here are the final results. I hope you guys liked the video. If you did, please don't forget to like, comment and subscribe, and I would love to see you all in my next video. Bye guys.